What's going on, everyone? So, Contavious Caldwell-Pope is now the second person to say that the Lakers should have beaten the Denver Nuggets. First was Draymond Green. Draymond Green talked about how the Lakers should have beat the Denver Nuggets. And now KCP, who was actually on the Denver Nuggets that beat the Lakers. Now, he's, of course, on the Orlando Magic. But KCP said, Contavious Caldwell-Pope on why the Nuggets struggled in the playoffs. We had no guess. We felt like the Lakers should have beaten us. We was down every game. And look, he's right. Lakers were and should have won that series and talked about it repeatedly. I think that Darvin Ham was a huge component as to why the Lakers didn't win. It wasn't all just him because, again, like Rui was a no-show. Austin Reeves didn't really show up till game 4. D'Angelo Russell was only good in like two and a half out of the 5 games. Right? Like, it was disappointing across the board. But the reason I blame Darvin Ham more than all of the factors and components, right? I can't solely put the blame on him, even though I know a lot of people probably do. But again, like, players still have to show up, right? Players still have to hit shots and close down the stretch and do all the things that need to be done. But the consensus every single game was the exact same. Lakers up double digits, going to halftime, winning, and one team made adjustments, the other team didn't. One team did what they were supposed to do, the other team didn't. Right? There was no changes, no nothing. That's on the coach. That is on the coach to it's one thing to be up 20 and lose once, or be up, 15 or whatever and lose once. That happens, right? Even the greatest coaches in the playoffs will drop a game like that. Again, it happens. But for you to allow that to happen 4 out of 5 times, that is on you. That is on the lack of play calling. That is on the lack of execution. That is on the lack of adjustments. That is on the lack of halftime. And I understand when you're winning, it's hard to go, okay, we need to change a bunch of stuff, right? Because it's like, well, this is working, so let's just keep doing that. But this is what I've talked about with Darvin Ham when he's allowed to stay in his box, right? All of a sudden, he looks great, and things are going well, and Lakers are up 20, and he looks like a competent head coach. As soon as he has to get out of that box, that's it. Darvin Ham is clueless. He doesn't know what to do, right? He's terrible, and that's a problem, right? Like, he only knows how to coach one way and one way only, and if he has to make any type of serious adjustments, he was unable to do so. And that, in my opinion, is a big factor and reason why the Lakers watch. It's why I have said that I think with JJ Redick, the Lakers would have beaten Denver. It's why I think with JJ Redick this season, the Lakers are actually going to be good. I actually think the Lakers are going to be better. Right? A lot of people I know are upset the Lakers haven't made any trades and they haven't really done anything, and people are bothered and upset about that. And look, I get it. And I want the Lakers to make a trade too. I do think for the Lakers to be a bona fide contender, they have to pull off a trade. But that doesn't mean that they can't win. That doesn't mean that they can't, no one would be shocked if the Lakers ended up hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of the year. Right? I mean, even this time last year, everyone was talking, even Laker haters were talking about how good the Lakers are. Lakers are deep and they're talented, and they brought back the team that went to the Western Conference Finals and all that, right? So I don't, did teams get better? Yes, but not significantly. Not so much better the Lakers don't have a chance against those same teams, right? OKC, I think you could have an argument, made the best moves this offseason as far as filling in the holes that they needed to fill. But even they didn't address the problem that the Lakers have, which is just the Lakers are too big, too versatile. They still don't have anybody that can, kind of slow down and contain Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So they're still going to do their thing. And then you look at teams like Sacramento, right? I don't know if DeMar DeRozan makes them better, right? Like, they didn't need another isolation scorer. They have Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox. They needed perimeter defense, 3-and-D wings. They should have been going after, Cam Johnson, who they've been linked to, and Jeremy Grant, all these guys, right? But they did what they did, right? I don't know if that makes it better. And then Denver got worse, right? They're still going to be very good at the game of basketball, but they got worse. Same thing with the Clippers, right? I like what the Clippers did in the offseason, but they got worse. And then you look at, like, Dallas. I like Clay. I think Clay would have been great, but he doesn't make sense based on the offense Dallas ran last year. Now, obviously, adjustments and changes could be made alongside with Clay. That's always a possibility. But just going off of the information we have, he didn't really make sense for them. And even then, how much better does Klay Thompson make Dallas? Right? Does he make them all of it? Like, would they have beaten Boston? No, I don't believe so. Right? And they were just in the NBA Finals. So, to me, again, it all comes down to health, matchups, right? Like, and then coaching, and then the players showing up, right? Guys have to show up. Right? Like, even this past playoffs, the general consensus was like, hey, if the Lakers beat Denver, they're probably the favorites to come out the West and maybe even win the whole thing. And they ended up looking good in spots and then just crumbled and fell apart. I think JJ Redick is going to make the Lakers better. Like, I think it's possible that the Lakers are significantly better because he's going to run actual sets and actions and offense, and he's going to have systems in place, both the offense and defensive side, right? Like, he is a very good X's and O's guy. I'm not worried about him on the offense and defense side and drawing up plays and sets and all that stuff. He's shown that he can do that. I'm worried about all the other stuff that comes with being a head coach. Mostly the behind the scenes stuff, players and egos and managers or agents and the organization. And, there's just so many factors that as a head coach, and then you got to go, you got to be able to call your players out, not just the role guys, but the stars too. You got to be able to run a film room and do all. There's just so many little nuanced things that a head coach has to be able to do besides just stepping out there and drawing up plays. But I actually think JJ Redick is going to be very good in that regard. I think the Lakers are going to be better. I don't think we lose to Denver if we had JJ Redick. Because one of the things that I've talked about and why I wanted JJ Redick so bad is because unlike Darvin Ham, he's not married to any idea. He hasn't been a head coach, so we don't know how good he's going to be. It's all just kind of hope and speculation, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. And like 4 of the top 5 head coaches of all were not head coaches prior, right? Like Eric Spoelstra was like in the film room. Steve Kerr was like a failed GM and commentator. Like, you go down the list of guys that have been really good head coaches recently in the NBA. A lot of them never were a head coach. Why? Because they weren't married to a specific philosophy. They were able to make adjustments. They were able to make changes. They were able to think outside the box because they weren't only taught specific thing. I mean, it's why companies even will go and hire somebody that has no experience, sometimes even over a guy that has years and years of experience, because they know that guy that has no experience, he's gonna be open. He's gonna be willing to learn. He's gonna be willing to adjust and do whatever's necessary. He doesn't have any preconceived notions. He doesn't have, I think my way's better type thing. That's what you saw with Darvin Ham. He only knew what he knew. He only knew what he was taught by Mike Budenholzer. And as soon as he was unable to kind of follow the script and he had to get off script and improvise, he didn't know what to do. Where I think JJ Redick won't have that problem. I think JJ Redick will be, hey, let's go over here. Oh, that's not working? Okay, fine. Let's go over here. Oh, this is working great. Oh, now it's not starting to work. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, let's go a little more. Okay, there we go. Now we found the sweet spot. Again, at the end of the day, look, you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You're going to be a good basketball team. Right? With JJ Redick, slotting guys in proper position. It's another thing too. Just properly utilizing guys correctly, slotting them in their natural positions will solve a lot of things in and of itself. Between the coach, between health, between proper slotting, between actual play calling, this team is going to be better. I think bare minimum they're a top 5 or 6 seed in the West. Bare minimum. I wouldn't be shocked if they're the 3rd or 4th. Right? Because, again, at the end of the day, like, LeBron and AD are probably going to miss a handful of games each. Right? Like, you know, like, I also don't think that the Lakers are going to I don't think that they care as much for the number 1 seed as, say, a team like, you know, the Thunder. Where if it's close and it's like, you know, hey, if it happens, it happens. If not, no worries. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers are a top 3 to 4 seed. I mean, they would have been last year. They would have been last year if Darvin Ham, after the in-season tournament, that was with injuries, that was with struggles, that was with inconsistencies, and then Darvin Ham just decided after the in-season tournament to go completely a different direction and start benching guys, playing Prince like 35 minutes a game. Like, he just went off the rails. It's like, what are we doing here? And we dropped 10 out of 13 games. And I see a lot of people that, again, like, people act like the Lakers were like a 37-win team. We won 47 games. Like, we were only like a game out of 5th, even as bad as we were. Right? Like, we weren't that far off. If the Lakers win half of the games that they lost during that 10-game stretch where they lost those games, right? Those 10 losses. They win 5 of those, they're a top 4 to 5 seed. But unfortunately, you can't go back. All you can do is go forward. You have a healthy LeBron, healthy AD, healthy roster. You got better coaching. The Lakers are going to be good. Lakers potentially could be very good, right? Nobody looks like a contender until they actually start showing the signs, right? Like, even when Denver, you know, won the chip, right? Like, they had to prove it, right? Lakers have to prove it. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that, yeah, look, Lakers, they're going to be better. You got a better coach. Do you think that they should have beaten Denver? I mean, I do. I definitely do. But do you feel the same way? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.